Welcome to another episode of the Thrive Tribe podcast with Jarvis Hall. Here today, we talk about the 4 pillars of fitness. That's movement, nutrition, mobility, and recovery, and how we use that as a baseline to fuel success in other areas of our life. In today's episode, we have an incredible talented guest, Jacorri Washington, a Memphis-based traveling and published photographer and a professional hype entertainer. Jacorri's journey is nothing short of inspiring. As someone who has captured countless unforgettable moments behind the lens, he knows firsthand the challenges and rewards that come with the territory. Beyond photography, Jacorri is also known for his contagious energy as a hype man, bringing joy and motivation to every room he steps. Today, we'll dive into how he manages the daily grind, keeps his physical and mental health in check, and what seems to be the best thing about growing up in Memphis with his friends and family. Let's get started with an interview with Jacorri today. So, welcome to the Thrive Tribe podcast. How are you feeling?
I'm well, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm amongst family.
Okay, yes, absolutely, absolutely. When we first met, the first time I connected the dots, you were doing photography for my little cousin Skylar and her prom send-off or her prom pictures. Yeah, and then I saw you at the gathering. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, yeah, that's my uncle.
Yeah, that's dope. So just tell me, how did you get even remotely started with photography? What were you doing beforehand, and what was that like?
So I'll say like what made me go ahead and jump into photography for real is off the music. You know, I do music as well, and I had somebody that was kind of like playing with my money because back then I was doing what would be now considered to be content. So, like, I'm doing big shows and stuff, and then, like, the guy not delivering the content. So, it's like I had some dope shows that never was able to be used, and I paid for it. So, I was like, just to eliminate this problem, I'm going to get me a camera. I make sure me and the team got our own stuff. But, I mean, I had, like, a digital camera back in the MySpace days. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We putting everything on the pictures. I had that to make my pictures a little bit better because, I mean, we ain't really had camera phones like that back then.
Right.
I had that UT Starcom with the little pearl on the front. Well, yeah, man, I got into it to make sure the stuff on my music was taken care of, and I ended up just having some people around that was paying me for stuff in the beginning. I was charging like $30 an hour, and I had like just some important people tell me like you should take it a lot more serious, and hey, all today.
Okay, so coming from like the entertainment background, so let's talk about you being a rapper and your whole like getting into that journey and then evolving into photography.
Okay, so like I really always wanted to be a rapper since I was maybe like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Like I started learning like every song on the radio. It's like 98, 99, so I'm rapping all the Cash Money, Hot Boys, Jones, the early 3-6 stuff I really probably wasn't supposed to be listening to.
Right.
But yeah, I knew every song on the radio in 98 to 2000, like every song.
Wow.
And then maybe a couple years later, I got my hands on like, it was this Pac-Man beat. Everybody had the Pac-Man beat. Mm-hmm. Like that was like, if you was rapping, either you knew somebody who was rapping on it or like it was accessible. I don't know how we was getting it, but I had the Pac-Man beat. I had a little karaoke machine with the mic, and I used to buy blank tapes. So I like freestyle on it and record it, and I like play it back and stuff. Yeah.
See, that's what I love about our generation, because we like a mixture between like
the times.
Yeah, the times like with technology changing and everything. So when did you know you, other than reciting what you heard on the radio, how did you know you actually had a flow?
I'll say I really knew I had a flow really once I got that karaoke machine.
Okay.
Because it was like I had so many blank tapes. I mean, it was only like a couple dollars. And man, I would like rap on that beat like every day.
Wow.
A lot. Like then when my cousins over or my friends over, like they like want to do it too. So it's like we all taking turns. And then like they kind of want to do it because it's like everybody wanted to rap when they was a kid kind of. But it was like I'm for real. Like I'm dead serious. So it's like we taking turns doing it, and I just kept on doing it. And like I want to say, I never went to a real studio until like I graduated high school, but. I had bought this Logitech headset with a little microphone on it.
Wow.
And this is like when I'm maybe in like 10th grade or something.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm in 10th grade, and it was like decent. It wasn't great. It was just for the time. It was cool. Yeah. And my brother's friend let me get like a real recording software. He put it on my computer. So once I got that, it was on.
Was it like Logic, Fruity Loops? What was the software?
What was it called? It was called Acid Pro.
Oh, wow.
Acid Pro. Okay. Yeah.
And
I was on that joint every day.
Wow, this is around the LimeWire time too, right?
Yeah, I had BearShare though. BearShare was my joint. LimeWire and BearShare.
Okay, both of them mess your computer up. But
most definitely, real fast.
Okay.
Real fast.
So you've always naturally been a creative person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And I like the fact of how you, even though you used what you had at the time and you slowly but surely invested into that. Yeah. So in high school, were you doing shows yet as a rapper?
Just the talent shows at school.
Okay. And were you winning them?
I performed at like a couple birthday parties. Like if somebody knew me, they were like, come do your song at my birthday party. And I think I did a talent show at a community center or something, but yeah.
Okay. So that's when you, I'm pretty sure, found your liking for doing live shows.
The school was the best part for me. Like, I got a crazy story.
Okay.
So, one time, we doing a talent show, and this was the last time they let me rap in the talent shows at school. Because I said something that was vulgar, but it wasn't, I didn't curse anything. Because I didn't start cursing in, like, music till I was, like, 26.
Okay.
Like, all my early albums is clean. Well, not clean, but I'm not cursing.
Right.
But I'm rapping. I had this song called Ham with this other guy, like, on a football team. But a part of my verse was like, oh so fly, wear my cape, I really need it. If you're a woman in my presence, I'm a Michael Jackson, beat it. The school went crazy. Man, I'm talking about as soon as my beat cut out, Raleigh, I went to Raleigh the whole route. So it was like the gym going crazy. Everybody like, yeah. When I turn around, I see the principal like, let me holler at you, bro. He was like, yeah, man, you just can't say that. I'm like, I ain't curse. He was like,
wow.
Cause like the teachers was like,
yeah, there was a bar.
Yeah.
They like bars.
Man,
yeah.
I remember like seeing the videos like when the gym went crazy. After that they just let me host everything.
Wow.
We hosted like a cipher and they let me get a little bit in, but it was like as soon as I started rapping, like everybody like,
they had you
we're gonna suspend you this time. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we doing the music in high school. So you said you didn't start really using profanity until age 26. So walk me through that after high school, and what was the time difference from your music career and then you started photography?
Okay, so when I graduated high school, this is 2012.
Okay.
I immediately started going to the studio for real. So that summer after high school, I recorded at a couple spots, and then I ended up going to One Sound. That's my home studio. I only record at One Sound since then.
Okay.
But yeah, man, like just over time, I've been at One Sound a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
I just thought about it, I'm like, man, we like 12 years in for sure. I've been at One Sound a long time. But yeah, doing shows, going to One Sound. I used to go to One Sound every Friday from 9 to 12 for like 3 years straight.
Wow.
Yep, started doing shows, more shows, and then with the profanity thing in the beginning, I don't know. Well, of course, as a high schooler, I couldn't curse. Well, just because my parents Southern, like for real. But as I got older, and it was like it would be okay because I'm grown now. It's just I hadn't been doing it, so it was like cool. But at the point, it was like I gotta spice it up some more.
Yeah.
Because I can remember like certain songs, and it was like, bro, you said so much, you might as well curse.
Right.
Like, and it was just missing that little spice. So I remember the first song I cussed on, boy, I came out.
Wow.
I came out.
What was the name of that song?
I can't even remember. It was like somebody else's song. We was just on it.
And you were featuring. Okay. What were your family and friends always rocking with you? Like as a okay, so you had that backing.
Yeah. Now with my parents, like we from a really small town originally in Mississippi. So
what's the name of it?
Gunnison.
Okay.
About this big. So
yeah.
They hadn't ever knew anybody to make it rapping, or it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed so far fetched. Like where we from, is nobody with a studio for real. Maybe now because times have changed, but like stuff like that is not. It wasn't regular to them. So it was like a big town dream for me. So they had to like get adjusted to it. Like, oh, he going out of town doing shows. Like, oh, he been on the radio. Like I had to really put it out there. It wasn't that they didn't support, they just didn't understand.
Right.
Because that was something they hadn't seen before. So I was the one to kind of pioneer in the full entrepreneur, entertainment, lifestyle. So it was crazy to see that. But like as far as friends, man, middle school, high school, when I'm doing the stuff on the phone, like I said, I had the UT Star come, I'm playing a beat on the computer, and then I'm rapping it like on the phone, and I'm sending it to people. They making it their ringtones and stuff. Wow. So yeah, I always had like, especially
that's amazing for anybody that's having a product to identify their demographic and have people actually rocking with them. Hey, so you was ahead of the game. You was a
you gotta use what you got. You gotta use what you got
before you even got started. Like really like dedicated to it. Okay, so making the transition, we said, okay, we was the photographer, videographer, messing with your money, you know, doing shows. So when did you start hitting your stride with photography?
Cool. So like 2014.
Okay.
I got the camera for real. Like I said, I'm taking pictures of us at shows. Like, oh, bro, you need a better profile picture. Let me take yours. Then here, let me show you what to do. You take mine. And I was charging people, man, like $30 an hour. So at that level, it was a lot of people that was willing to pay $30.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm shooting outside everywhere. Of course, like the little park shoots, downtown, Riverside, little family shoots. I'm doing it, and I end up getting with a lady, and she had some stuff going on, like a whole lot of business stuff going on. So she pretty much had me on her wing all the time. So she'll bring me in like, hey, I need you to ride with me today. We're going to do blah, 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 blah. Shoot this for me, shoot that for me, shoot this for me, shoot that for me. So let's say I'm with her maybe 4 or 5 hours. I done got like $150, and then she'll tip me like another $100, $200 sometimes. And she was like, man, bro, I'm normally paying the guy $500 to come out.
Right.
And I'm still tipping.
Right.
She was like, so since I book you a lot, you kind of feel like I'm on top of the world. She was like, but I'm still winning. She was like, you should definitely charge more.
Wow.
And I feel like, you know how I go, man, when somebody tell you something like that, you can't take it lightly.
Yeah.
Because she was like, don't just charge other people more. Me too.
Wow.
She was like, I'm comfortable paying $500 and tipping. And she was like, this guy not really on your level. She was like, he just got everything together already. She was like, and you in the space where you learning how to get it together, but this is me telling you to like get it together. Yeah. She was like, people love you. You already getting booked. She was like, and everybody not booking you because the price is low. She was like, it's people that just really like what you got going on. She was like, take it serious. And they had to tell me that once.
Wow.
They tell me that once.
And it's amazing just hear your story, because it's like you took the like hype or the notoriety from your music career and kind of individualized it with photography.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's dope. And then she really helped you with the structure of it and of saying, hey, this is your value and this is how you charge accordingly. Now, I mess with that because as a trainer, you know, I started with the $15, $20 workouts, you know, and as your skill set progresses, you have to charge accordingly, because some people will still, no matter how successful you are, from my experience, people will still try you, you know, as you grow.
Yeah, that don't change. That's everybody. That's business, period. And
so what are your what was the first kind of situation that happened when you was like, okay, this is real, I gotta kind of tighten up with the photography when you started dealing with clients?
It was when I started shooting in studio.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember, man, this lady had booked me. I think when I first started shooting in the studio, I was charging $100, $150. And it's just that she thought she was going to get so much. And it was just like, no way you thought she was getting 100 edits. Like, you didn't think that. You just didn't think that. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. And at the time, like, she was really pressing me, like, you're going to give me 100 edits. She was like, the person I was working with first, they was giving me 100 or more edits. I was like, well, he might have been giving you 100 edits, but I do retouches. I was like, nobody's giving you 100 retouches for $100. I'm like, literally, nobody. Nobody's doing it. Because I'm like, the time it takes, like, nobody's doing it.
And how long was her session booked for?
It was like an hour session.
An hour session. Yeah. Okay, wow. That's a lot to be asking for.
She just liked the pictures. That's all.
Okay.
She liked the pictures. She was feeling it. And she was just like, I think she kind of knew I was new. So she was trying to see, like, he going to break if I do. I was like, there's no way I'm doing 100.
That's like, no crazy. 100 edits is crazy.
Like, what you going to do with all that?
Right.
It's like, nah.
Wow. And who was the person you were working with before?
Right. Like, yeah, because let me have a talk with him. Like, bro, you messing up the game.
Right. Definitely offsetting it. So what will be your first or experience of like being inspired, saying, wow, like this person really, I really kind of changed their life or really changed the way they saw themselves when I did this? What was that aha moment for you?
That's a tough one because, man, I get that all the time.
It was just at different levels, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even to this day, like I can have somebody come in and either they're like super wild to be here and it's like, I've been wanting to shoot you so long. Man, I've had somebody tell me, I skipped rent to make sure I did this shoot because I was like, I've been wanting to book with you for 2-3 years and I wasn't going to let the rent stop me.
Wow.
So I'm coming in with a whole different energy because I'm like, what I'm doing is that important to you? I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta really turn it up. Like, give her a mimosa, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that's dope.
Yeah, so stuff that like this still happens. Like, or you might meet somebody and they come in and they super nervous. Especially since I shoot a lot of people, sometimes people are a little bit more popular. If somebody know that they're not really like a popular person, they might feel like their experience would be totally different. But it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The vibe you bring in is the vibe we on. Like, when I'm working with a celebrity or I'm working with a cashier, it's the same vibe. As long as we vibe and I'm turning you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you come in and you don't have that vibe, I'm going to do my best to get you there because that's when I'm going to do my best work. Like, when it's somebody that ain't got no energy, then the shoot is kind of like, yeah, let's go and get this over with. And I don't like being like this. So it's like, I'm going to force it out of you. I'm going to play your favorite music. Like I said, we got mimosas. I got the hookah.
Yeah.
I'll make crack a joke, whatever we need to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, service providers, it's all about customer service and the customer experience.
Most definitely.
Yes, because people can buy services from a lot of different vendors, but it's the connection, and you have mastered that.
That's
you
my
really
cheat code.
need to do a whole master class on connecting with clients for real, because in this city, customer service is terrible.
I've heard.
Across the board.
I've heard. Now, I've heard before that like somebody say, you could teach that, but it's like, this is just me though. So it's like, it kind of flows out real natural for me. For like you said, when you first met me, you was like, man, the energy was there because that's just how I am. Yeah. Versus, because I want to have like maybe a second shooter, somebody that can shoot for me. But my clients, when I ask them about it, they like, nah.
Wow.
Because it's like, no matter how the pictures look, of course they like, I know you're not going to let somebody give us bad pictures, but they be like, it's not you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't teach somebody how to be like me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because you your own person. You might have really good energy. They just looking for what I do because that's what they used to. So, but it's like, as far as certain customer service stuff or like the experience, I could definitely show you how to provide the experience on any service you provide or anything. So it's sometimes as small as the stuff is having a website. You know, a lot of people just like, hit me up, I'll book you or whatever. But you got some people that just want to have the process seamless. I can go online, I can see your dates, I can book it. It tell me where to come. If I got to pay a deposit, it either get it from me up front or it immediately asks me for the deposit later, just to kill some of that back and forth. Yeah. Now, I love that, but then you got people that you're going to have to talk to. And especially once you already know, once you start getting more clients or you servicing a certain type of people definitely want to be able to talk to you.
Right.
Because they feel like that's a part of them spending the money. It's like, if I'm paying you this, I should be able to talk to you. So, yeah, I'm going to do both of them. I got the website if you want to skip all that. If you want to inbox me, I'm checking the inbox all day. I'm checking the spam, the requests, whatever I got to do. So, yeah, either way.
No, I really like that because I'm so big on streamlining systems for people because technology is just increasing every day. And like for me, when I train a person, people are asking me, how much you charge and this and this? And I'm like, well, I have a wellness orientation. And every client, no matter if you are an athlete or you just starting out working out, we need to go through a orientation to see where you at.
Right.
And but some people, you need more information than others. But that's like, I always try to keep that as a baseline so it's not too much changing up when you work with different demographics, right? So how do you, walk me through, I know your schedule is crazy, but through your week, where's the heaviest, your busiest time of the week? In the beginning, morning, afternoon? Just kind of walk me through a typical day or week or something.
Okay, so
I'm
gonna put everything in one. So when I get up in the morning, kids got to go to school.
Okay.
For sure. Kids got to go to school. Me and the wife, we take turns on it. We got to get up at 5:30 for the oldest because he got to be on the bus by 6:15. So we got to get him to the bus stop. And then the smaller kids, they got 8 o'clock and 8:30 for school.
Okay.
But they go to school on different sides of town.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So either I'm doing both because I can go to one and then go to the other one and then go to the studio, or she do one and I do one. But yeah, starting off, taking kids to school. Typically, once I get the kids to school, I'm at the studio. I start doing my workflow, going through pictures that have been picked out. Go ahead and get them in a folder so I know what I need to edit. You know, if it's something I got to prioritize, put that in the rush folder, get that set up. Then I start finalizing edits from maybe the day before or the other day, getting that sent off, going through messages, text messages, DMs, inboxes, emails, trying to make sure I can get back to people fast. I have help on it a lot of times too. On a weekday, I might have 1 to 2 shoots a day.
Okay.
So somewhere up in there, get the shoots done. Normally by the time I get all that done, it's time to pick kids up from school. So yeah, and then I'm at home. I might cook. My wife might cook. So I got to get the dad time, the husband time, the family time. Got to get that in. And once they all go to sleep, I'm right back on the computer.
Wow.
Every night.
Okay. Wow.
Every night.
That's dope. And to recall your schedule like that is amazing. Because I know it's a lot of, in between there's a lot of variable changes.
Yeah, I might go have me a little lunch.
Yeah,
you know
that's what I was going to say.
saying?
What do you do to like relax you? Like, what do you do for your mind, or you're just...
So every Wednesday night, me and a group of my friends, we play spades.
Okay.
So I be looking forward to that, man.
Yeah.
Like, we play spades. We got like cornhole, Connect Four. It's a game night. Y'all can pull up anytime. We do it every Wednesday.
Yeah.
But a lot of us there are entrepreneurs of
Nice.
some form, like whether it's full-time, part-time. So it's like we all need that release. And then you amongst people who need that release too. So it's like, man, we be playing. We might pull up like 8, 9 o'clock. We leaving like 1.
Now this
because we getting it in.
No.
It's like the equivalent of sitting on the porch. You know what I'm saying? We up there playing the spades.
Yeah.
So I do that. Me and the wife, we do like bowling and stuff, or just going out to eat. But for the most part, like during the week when I'm busy, I try to keep everything at the studio so I don't have to leave. So it's like I'm at work, but I can vibe out. So a part of my name came from doing hookah. So I keep the hookah with me. You know what I'm saying? I have mimosas a lot because I'm a champagne drinker. Sometimes I might have a little shot or two, but anything like to set the vibe, like it's already there. It's already there. So if I'm there and I'm like, man, it's getting a little overwhelming, I don't have to come out of my space to go enjoy myself unless it's just the time. You know, sometimes you just got to move. Like I got to stop looking at the computer for a minute.
Right.
My desk right in front of the TV, so I might watch podcasts while I edit. I might catch up on Power or anything. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep everything right there because I be trying not to leave until I'm done, but sometimes I just got to be like, it's too much. I need to at least go somewhere and eat because, man, I be door dashing, bro.
Wow. On top of everything else?
No, not like actually doing it. Like I order DoorDash, like so I don't have to move.
I'm like, wait a minute, you DoorDash too? I'm like, wait a minute, you order?
I done thought about it.
Okay,
now.
so what would you say? Okay, so I want to move to what would you say that could help you or help you be more efficient throughout the day if you could incorporate it? Do you meditate? Do you breathe? Do you ever take a moment journal? Do you take a moment to like get any feedback from like your week or day?
It's kind of like stuff like that. That's when I'm like talking to the homies, like my photographer friends or another one of my entrepreneur friends. And I've tried to make a thing where I check on people. Okay. Cause I got that bad. So it's like if I reach out, if I'm sitting there and I'm having a moment, it's like I'm gonna just chill for a second. I'm like, I'm gonna check on someone so see how they been, and that dude just do something for me. Cause I know being an entrepreneur, I'm pretty sure you had the same thing going on. Like stuff with friends is like sometimes I have friend guilt to where it's like you always know I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever you hit me up, you know I'm working. But when it's time for me to come through for something, it's like you know I'm gonna be there. You know I'm gonna make your birthday, or if you accomplish something, you know I'm gonna be there to celebrate it. But it's like sometimes, you know, people might not even include you and stuff because they know, oh, he probably working. And a part of me is like, well, you know, I'm on this little thing. I got this thing going on, so you know, I can do other things for all of us. But at the same time, it's like I know they gotta suck sometimes. Like, I want to go out tonight, but I probably should have asked them 2 weeks ago that I wanted to go out tonight. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that. No, that's a real thing.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, working all the time and then feeling obligated to just different social things. So, like you said, your family and your friends. You know, and even for me, like being in the fitness industry, sometimes, you know, some people I notice when I go out socially, they like, you doing this or you drinking that or you eating that, and I'm like, man, we having a good time. Like, you know, everybody had their little outlet. So what would you say would be your 3 to 5 year goal, just in career, like with all the projects you have? What would you like to see pan out?
Okay, so you know I do the clothes as well. So
Okay, let's talk about your brand.
Rich Friends,
Okay,
Rich Friends. Yeah, everybody's welcome. We richer together than separate. I just dropped my shades, the Perspectives brand.
Yes.
In 3 to 5 years, they gotta go crazy. Like, man, it's literally took a small idea. I ordered, when I made my custom order, I had to do like 300. I'm probably halfway through.
Wow.
It's been maybe a month so far, and it hasn't even hit the part yet. It's just people seeing it, and then you know me, like I'm a hustler, man. Like I'm in the club, folks like, man, I'm trying so hard. I gotta get with you. I'm finna call your bluff because I got them in the truck.
Gotcha.
I can go to the car and get them.
You got your inventory on hand.
Yeah, so definitely a lot more shades on the way, more clothes on the way. Something like a storefront. I don't want to do like a storefront. I want to be creative, and then I'm kind of like leaning forward towards the ownership stuff of everything. So instead of like going to get a storefront, prime location, and then I got to deal with all the stuff that come with that, I really would rather, man, give me a little piece of land, bring the people to me, make me like a little shed or something, make that a store.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And likely make it, design it to where I can either do photos there or have that going on, because eventually I don't want to have to be doing everything, of course. So have that running, and then eventually I want my own studio space.
Nice.
When I get that, I'm gonna need that what they call it, the OPM, that other people's money.
Pretty much.
Cause it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
So I can chill, but in the next 3 to 5 for sure.
What about for music?
In the next 3 to 5 for music, it's really the same thing. Cause like to me, everything is full circle. I'm putting in the same work for everything. Of course, the photography pays the bills, so you see that a lot more. But the music is always something going on. The next 3 to 5, they could be done took off.
Okay.
I wouldn't doubt it. 'Cause I put the work in, so yeah, I put the work in.
No,
But
that's good.
in the next 3 to 5 months, you're gonna hear a lot more music from me, more videos dropping. A lot of shows. We did the Primo Rice at Minglewood.
Nice.
Probably a pending Minglewood joint going for October. We open up for Twister in Nashville next week. Yeah, so but they just come from long term connections. Like sometimes them people gonna hit you up like, hey bro, we got this going on. What you wanna do? You can make it out here. We like, yeah, we gonna make it. What you mean? We gotta get off work and drive straight there. That's what we gonna do.
Wow. So are your parents entrepreneurs, or did they have this mindset of, you know, being go-getters?
My dad is a hustler. He always like had side hustle. He real good with his hands, so he can fix stuff. Cars is his medium. Like he always did like mechanic work, side mechanic work. Him and his friend had a shop, but my parents really pretty much always had really good jobs. My mom been in management since we moved here for the most part, so she always been like a manager, operations manager. She went to school for business, so it kind of like just fits well. Yeah. But yeah, that's just what she do. Pops, he'll, you know, make something out of nothing. But I think that's just the man part of him. But I'm a bigger hustler than both of them for sure.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what they intended.
Yeah.
You know,
it's kind of like the mix. Like my mom got the superior book smarts, my dad got the book smarts and the street smarts, and then I'm just a hybrid of everything. And plus, I grew up in the city, so I came genetically. I'm this, but then the city also brought me this because they didn't have a city on their side. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, same here. My folks from the Delta, like Cleveland, Mississippi, like
you know then. You know then.
So the expansion of the vision, like when I said, you said it wasn't something they weren't with it, they just had to get accustomed to it. Yeah, and going back to what you were saying about ownership. You know, I was once told that you could tell a first-time entrepreneur because they're going to tell you about their product.
Right.
A second-time entrepreneur is going to tell you about distribution and say, hey, no, this is how we distribute the product. And so, like, when I hear you say, okay, I don't want to be doing everything, and I want to have everything set up, that's that whole product to distribution whole mindset.
Because, I mean, over time, you learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing the clothes, I would say I've been blessed to where the things that I've ventured off into have pretty much always worked. But one thing was established first. So I was established as a rapper first, but a lot of people didn't know that. So the photography really set off everything for me. So it's like people know he's always going to provide a good product for us. So whatever he's throwing out there, I can spend my money with him on it. You know, if something went wrong with it, I've seen him handle business where I know he'll take care of it. So, you know what I'm saying? Doing it by myself for so long is like, okay, cool. Now I can show somebody how to do this. I'm not against having a team of people. Like I said, I don't always do all the photography, the admin side of stuff. Shout out to KK. She a big help. My wife come through and help me too. So, cause man, if I got to shoot, upload pictures, send pictures off for edits, figure out what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Just as a human, you're going to have a little lack in somewhere sometimes. So
that's
having
a lot
it,
to facilitate.
and you done made shirts before, so like getting the shirt, having to go and pick up the garments, press it, get it to the person, like I can show somebody how to do that and they can help me with it. Or I just get somebody to manufacture it and then just have an inventory set up, but then I have somebody to set the inventory up. You know, when we selling this, count it for me, because I don't want to have to go and count it too.
Yeah.
But if I have to, I will. But like I said, going forward, I already know the process, because like you said, the first time you got to do everything, so you know how to maneuver through it. But now it's like, okay, yeah, I can just show you how to do this real fast, and we just pay you to do that.
Yeah, I love that. And you focus really big on brand continuity. So like you say, if I establish my reputation here, I transfer that over to whatever project or, you know, product I'm working with.
All of my stuff is cohesive.
Yes. How would you say Memphis shaped like your artistic, like the visuals and the music of your career?
Okay. I definitely start with the music. It's so much culture here. And I guess since I say we're here, so we see it when other places use the culture, but like the whole term Memphis, man, is such a heavy thing. Like I said, I grew up on the Project Pat, the 3-6, the 8-Ball, MJG, the Lil Chromes, the Frazier Boys, so on and so forth. Like that music has always been dope to me. So it's like automatically, I don't rap like Project Pat, but it's not a year of my life where I haven't listened to Mr. Don't Play since it came out. And I think I was like 4 or 5 then, but it's like I was bumping it yesterday on my way back to the city. So it's like just the grit and grind, as they say. Like everything Memphis, like we just grind a little different because we know it's not the easiest for us, or some things that larger metropolitan places have, we don't have that on hand. We got to figure out how to get it. So I always tell people, the difference between us and a lot of other places, especially like just say photography. All right, you see this photographer, let's just say Miami. Everything he posting is dope. But a lot of things that he used to work with the pictures is super accessible. Like you might see somebody West Coast, Miami, New York, post a picture with a Lamborghini. We going crazy. But it's Lamborghinis outside all the time there. You know what I'm saying? Not to take that away from their work, but it's just like here, if I get a Lamborghini, I'm going bananas because that's not every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the hustle. Like if you rap, we don't have label reps, execs, A&Rs for big labels here all the time. So we got to work a little harder. We got to make sure we hitting the road to do shows or going to these big festivals or shaking the right hands and stuff like that, because everything's not accessible. So what you find, like I said, I've always been real big on being able to work with what I got. So that just translated into everything. Because I didn't have it all. I didn't have a studio to record it when I was in high school, but I was recording. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have all this other stuff, but I was making sure people had my ringtones. Like I said, when I had the little setup in the living room, pissing my mama off, I'm recording every day. I dropped maybe 10 albums.
Wow.
Like in the living room.
Wow.
I could record it in a week.
Man, it's dedication. So what places? I know when you started get into like photography and venues and stuff like that. What places or spots in the city that you was like, this is absolutely beautiful. I hadn't experienced this before.
To take pictures at?
Yeah, to take pictures at.
Definitely the Peabody was dope. And then you really couldn't take pictures there all the time.
Okay.
So my trespassing skills are top tier. Before Crosstown Concourse was there, the abandoned Sears building, lighting it up. The Tennessee Brewery.
Yeah.
Before it was the nice condo apartments, it was just space. It was so much graffiti in there, like beautiful graffiti, like, and you had to like jump gates and stuff to get in there.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the scars on me now.
Wow. I love that. It goes back to the grit and grind of Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really do. Man, you have been getting at it for a long time.
Yeah.
And, like, you are, like, it seems like to me that you're kind of going in a route, but business-wise, as, like, a community organizer. It kind of seemed like, not directly, but just the influence and the products, and then I'm pretty sure you're going to host festivals and everything. I can see all of that coming. And we're going to have to talk about that because I got something in the making for you on that. But okay, it's been amazing having you here on the Thrive Tribe podcast. How can the people find you and how can they stay connected with you? Tell them here.
Follow me on Instagram at cloudedvisuals_, Facebook, Jacorri Washington. Yeah, that's all you need. Cloudedvisuals.com, and you can get to everything about me from one of those two.
There we go. All right, thank y'all for tuning in to a great episode of the Thrive Tribe podcast. You can find us on YouTube and all streaming podcast platforms at the Thrive Tribe podcast with Jarvis Hall. Also, Instagram at Thrive Tribe Pod and Real Elite Fitness Co. for my personal Instagram. Thank y'all. Have a great time. See y'all next episode.